welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then hello, I'm Jenny. I usually post content about my life here in New York City, as well as fashion content and vlogs and different lifestyle content. Today, however, I thought I would do a Q&A just because it's been a while, and I quite often get questions about me being here in New York. I'm originally from Denmark, so yeah, I understand why people have a lot of questions about that. Yesterday, I actually put up on my Instagram like this Q&A where people could just ask away. So thank you to those of you who have. I'll do my very best to answer them in this video. And since the weather is so nice, I've actually paced myself outside today. So I thought that would be kind of fun with some different surroundings. So without further ado, let's get to the questions. So the first one that I got, what is it that you're doing in New York? And that's a really good question. And I suppose it's a good one to start with, especially if you're new to my channel and you haven't really watched any of my videos before. I moved here back in 2019 to study. I took a master's degree in fashion marketing at a college in New York City. I actually did a video about this. I'll link to that if you're interested in the whole like college experience in New York or studying fashion marketing or being international. So there's a lot of great helpful information in that video that you can go and watch. I finished my program in August last year, so now I am just working freelance at the moment. Basically, yeah, that's what I do right now here in New York. Okay, so next question. What visa are you on? And I'm here on an F1 visa, which is the student visa. So this allowed me to stay here for the duration of my program, but it also allows me to stay here for another year after I finished it, where I have the opportunity to work. So that's basically it. Next question. How long are you planning on staying in New York? This is a really good question too. It's pretty tough to answer because, you know, it usually always depends on visa situations when it comes to these things. And since I'm here on an F1, it does have an expiration date. So I've got 6 months left of my visa, which means that I have to leave the country by the end of October if I don't find like another solution. But it really depends whether I get a different visa or not. So yeah, I guess time will tell. So let's see, what's the next question? It is okay, it says, what is the difference between being from New York and from New Jersey? And I can see that this is from my friend Toby, and I'm not sure if he is joking or if he's being serious, because I often refer to this whole thing as like I live in New York, but those of you who have been following me for a while will know that I actually live in New Jersey. I guess I just often refer to it as New York because that's kind of how I feel. Like I didn't go all the way here to you know, have my life in New Jersey. It's for the New York experience, not the New Jersey experience. So I guess I just refer to it that way. But yes, I do live in New Jersey, and I live just across the Hudson River. So there are a lot of like young professionals living in New York, but there are also like more people that move over to the New Jersey side just because they can get a little more space for the money, and that's really convenient, especially if you're like someone starting a family and you just want a little more space. Then you can get like a little more space, maybe a little more nature here, and you're still pretty close to the city if you work there. So I guess that's like the main difference, I would say. But New Jersey is like big. There's not only like this area close to New York, so if you would live further away in New Jersey, I would say it's like any other state where you would have to drive for a while to go into the city, and you probably wouldn't go like on a weekly or monthly basis. That would probably be like a more of a rare thing. So yeah, I guess that's the best way I can explain that. So the next question is, best way to find an affordable apartment? And this is a question I get a lot because I have been apartment hunting and I've been taking you guys with me. It's such a tough question to answer because New York is just an expensive city. One answer is to move to New Jersey. No, but I will say it is definitely an option to move like further away from central Manhattan. So it could be New Jersey, it could be further out in Brooklyn, it could be up in Harlem or Washington Heights, Queens. So yeah, like those areas, you would find that rent is a little lower than in central Manhattan. Another great option is to move in with roommates. I think that's the best way to do it, honestly, because like say you would live with 2 or 3 roommates, you can get like a 3-bedroom where you would have to pay a lot less than if you would just get a studio on your own. So I think that's a great option if you're willing to live with other people. And then I also have to say that pandemic has really resulted in a huge price drop when it comes to rent in New York City. So now is definitely the time to be looking for apartments and to move if you're considering that. Personally, I kind of think that prices will start to go up pretty soon again because people have started to go into work and physically again. So, and because everyone's like getting the vaccine now, things are just really moving faster. I feel you can definitely feel that. So now is a good time to rent, but don't wait too long. Oh, and the next question is pretty related. It says, how do you afford it? I really want to move there, but it's crazy expensive. And yeah, so I actually did a blog post and also a video where I talk a little bit about this subject, because for me personally, when I moved here, I had a room and board sponsor, which is something I elaborate on in both my blog post and that other video that I talked about, which has been really helpful for me. So basically it's people that would kind of sponsor me, like in terms of me having a place to sleep and food to eat. So that's what they would like kind of pay for. And so I just moved in with some people that I knew, and we have like a good connection. We knew each other already, so it's been pretty easy, and we knew we would kind of get along. So I still live with them, and it's just been a great opportunity and a great way we could help each other out. So I guess it's easier said than done to just find someone where you can just move in their spare room. So sorry guys, I'm outside, so I was about to say it's New York traffic, but I am actually sitting in New Jersey right now. My answer would be kind of like what I answered before, like definitely look into what options are the most economically beneficial for you. I definitely saved up a lot of money before I even moved here, so that's helped me out a lot financially. This is a little bit of a lighter question. Best brunch in New York City. So I would say obviously it depends what you're going for. I really like 230 Rooftop on 5th Avenue, not because they make like insanely amazing food, but more because of the view you get from that rooftop. There's a great vibe there, especially if you're there in the summertime. Also, it's like an all-you-can-eat concept, so you can really just sit there for hours and enjoy the good weather, the food, and the company you're in. So I would definitely recommend that for that reason. If you're looking for a little more like where you can get a tasty meal that's also Instagrammable, I would recommend Jack's Wife Freda. That's a nice place. Also, Egg Shop is pretty nice for like, they have really good mimosas. And they have location in Williamsburg and in Soho, so those are pretty great locations to go out for brunch. What do you do when you miss your friends and family the most? So yeah, this is definitely one of the hardest things about living abroad, that is missing my family and close friends. Fortunately, I'll say that I don't live alone. If I've been living alone, I think it would have been much harder. I would have so much more alone time and more time to feel lonely in general. So I guess I think it's been really great that I live with other people, and we can always do like some fun stuff together, whether it's having a drink together, having a board game night, or if it's just like watching a movie together. So that's just pretty nice. And also I really try to call my friends and family on a regular basis, and if I'm feeling a little more down, I always feel pretty good after calling them. So that's definitely what I do personally to like try to feel better about the situation whenever I miss my friends and family. Will there be more apartment hunt videos? Yes, there will. Hopefully I will have one up within the next few weeks, so stay tuned for that. Favorite restaurants? Oh, that's a good one. Again, it depends on what you're into. I mean, I personally don't think that New York has a ton of super amazing food options, but then again, there are something for everyone. Like when I want to go for Italian, I like to go to Nisa. In Hell's Kitchen. In general, Hell's Kitchen have a lot of great restaurants and cafes and places, so definitely check that area out. And then Macchina is also really great for Italian. They have really great pizza as well. If you want to go for sushi, I would definitely go for Matsu on the Upper West Side. It's a small place. It doesn't really look like anything, but the sushi they make is really good. And then there's also Momoya if you want to go for a little bit more fancy sushi place. Then I also like Tao and Budokan for the vibe that they have. It's not like the food just blow me away, but it is good. And then the vibe at both places are just really cool. Budokan is the place from Sex and the City where Big and Carrie have their rehearsal dinner, so you may know that already, but they have this just a really cool vibe in there, and it's Chinese fusion food, and that's just a place I would definitely recommend going. Okay, the last question is, which neighborhood is your favorite? That's a really good question. That's something I love to know about people as well. Well, I've really come to like Soho and the Best Village a lot more after visiting it more lately. I think there's a great vibe there, and yeah, I just love the atmosphere. I will say though that it's not like areas where I see myself living. It's more like I want to go there and have a fun day. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. If I would choose like a neighborhood to live in New York City, I would definitely choose the Upper East Side or the Upper West Side. I know it's very different from like the Village in Soho, but in a way I kind of like the quietness that is on the Upper East Side and the clean pavement. Then I love that it's close to Central Park, and I think just up there is a lot of great like people watching too, and where it's more like a lot of wealthy people on the Upper East Side, it's more like this trendy families on the Upper West Side, and I love both. I feel really good when I'm up there. So guys, these were the questions I would answer in this video. I hope you liked it, and if you have any other questions for me, don't hesitate leaving them down in the comments, and if you like the videos, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and go ahead that subscribe button so that you can stay tuned for new videos from me. So I'll talk to you in the next one, guys. Bye!